This is problem number 91 of the 2012 AP Calculus exam. Let f be a polynomial function with values of f prime of x at selected values of x given in the table above. Which of the following must be true for x greater than -2 and less than 6? Well, as I look at what's in the table, what first comes to mind is slope. What I'm going to look for is the second derivative of f. And I can find that by looking at the information given in the table. And I'm thinking, first of all, if I have the slope, and this is again my second derivative, and I'm looking at the slope between the points that are given and the information for the first derivative, then I'm going to have that as being f prime of 0 minus f prime of -2 divided by 0 minus -2, and that's just going to end up being 1 minus 3, and I've got 0 minus -2, which will give me a -3 over 2, and I notice that's negative, a negative value. So if it's negative, that means the second derivative of f of x is less than 0. And if it's less than 0, then it's concave down. That's important. So moving from left to right on our graph, we've got this polynomial function that's concave down. Let's look at the next two sets of points. So if again I look at the second derivative, and I have f prime when the x value is 3 minus the first derivative when the x value was 0. And that will give me 3 minus 0 in the bottom, in the denominator. And our values for f prime of 3 was 4, and f prime of 0 was 1. And that's going to give me 3 over 3, which is 1. And 1 is positive. And so what we're finding out here is that the second derivative is going to be greater than 0 since it's positive, and therefore concave up. So we went from having something that was concave down to now having something that's concave up. So what that tells me is, so far, I have 1 point of inflection at the moment. Let's keep going. Let's look at the next 2 points, and you get the idea. So now what we're considering, let's just look at them. We'll have 7 minus 4 over 5 minus 3, which will give me 3 over 2, which is positive, and so it's still concave up at this point. So again, what we have is concave down to concave up, and it's still going up even at the next point. All right, let's look at the last one. We'll have 5 minus 7 divided by 6 minus 5, which will give me a -2 over 1, which is negative, so that's concave down. So I went from concave down to concave up, and now it's concave down again. So what I'm seeing are 2 points of inflection. So let's look at our answer choices. Which of the following must be true? The graph of f is concave up. Well, not everywhere, so it's not A. The graph of f has at least 2 points of inflection. That's true. F is increasing everywhere. That's not true. F has no critical points. That's not true. F has at least 2 relative extrema. And that's not true. So the only answer that we know is letter B. The graph has at least 2 points of inflection.